For today's video, as promised, I'll be sharing my journey to one of the 7 wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. So first, we'll take a breakfast. Now heading to the bus station to see if we can already line up for the 1 p.m. entry schedule to Machu Picchu. So the bus schedule I got was 12 p.m. Then the entry ticket was 1 p.m. The tourist guide I got said we needed to be on the queue or on the line for the bus at 11 a.m. So we went there at 10:30 a.m. And now we're here on the queue, but the staff there who's checking the tickets told me that the line for 1 p.m. schedule should be at 12 p.m. So let's take a walk around the city of Aguas, Calientes for now while waiting for the time. And yes, I bought a shawl here just in case the weather would be cold in Machu Picchu. And since it's still too early, we've decided to eat here first so we get to see the line or the queue for the bus as well. And here's what I've ordered. They call it bistec here as well. I also tried their caramel macchiato and it tastes good. And here's the bus queue now for travelers who have 12 p.m. scheduled entry tickets to Machu Picchu. The queue is very long, it's until up here. But this line up here is for the 1 p.m. schedule, so I should be here. But the line was very long and it was quite hot, so to avoid this long queue and to avoid being stuck in here, we've just decided to go back down to get a cup of coffee again or something to drink near the main bus station where the line starts. So we get to see the queue and wait for the people with 1 p.m. schedule to go down, and once they're all gone, we'll line up at the end. And we're now here at the cafe, Machu Picchu Cafe, and here's what I've ordered, a cappuccino this time, and that's the 1 p.m. queue for the bus already. And now they're almost done, so we can line up here now. The people in front of me already left, and now it's our turn. We're now riding the bus, and the driver offered me this seat in front because he saw me taking videos earlier. And it's great, so we can see the beautiful landscapes and sceneries here. So we're now heading to Machu Picchu. And here are some of the beautiful sceneries on the way. It's just a 15 to 20 minutes ride, and now we're here. So you can see a lot of travelers lining up here, and the ones you see on the right side are going for the Circuit 1 because there are 3 routes here, Circuit 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to the Circuit 2. So I chose Circuit 2 because that's the route to the spot where you can see the nicest view or whole view of Machu Picchu. You can go inside the Inca's town way back in the 14th century as well. And here's the line for the Circuit 2. It's upstairs. And the line or entry to the Circuit 1 and 3 are downstairs. As you can see, there are a lot of tourists here, and based from what I've read online, there are usually 2,500 people who are going to Machu Picchu every day. We're now here at the checkpoint. They just check the passport and scan the QR code of the ticket here. And they just gave me this one. It's like an ID for the Circuit 2. Here's the tourist guide, by the way. He's quite a good photographer. So in case you have planned to visit Machu Picchu, you can contact our Facebook page, BMRZ Travel and Tours. So he can guide you inside Machu Picchu because Machu Picchu is quite big. And there are 3 circuits and each circuit has different routes. So it's recommended to get a tourist guide so you won't be lost. And they'll also tell you the history of Machu Picchu and the Incas while you're trekking. So here's a llama. It's one of their common animals here. There are only 2, by the way, a llama and alpaca. They're almost similar in look. The difference are just the shape of their ears. The one that we're stepping are their rice fields, by the way back in 14th century. And yes, that's the Machu Picchu. I'll show you the best view later once we go up. And here are some mountains nearby and a lake down there. And yes, we're almost at the top of Circuit 2, and you can see a lot of tourists down there who are going up here. It's my first time to trek, by the way, so it was quite hard for me to go up continuously. Felt like I would lose my breath earlier, so I just stopped from field to field and take photos and videos of this so I can rest because the tourist guide walks really fast and I can't go with his face. And that's him above 2 fields away. And here's a closer view of Machu Picchu. So as I've mentioned earlier, this was my first trek ever, and it was a quite breath-stealing climb, but the view from Machu Picchu made every step worth it. So I really enjoyed every second of it. And we're now at the top of the Circuit 2, and this area is exactly the spot where the medias and reporters are shooting for their news and TV broadcasts, magazines, and etc. But the best spot for me is one field down where you can see a lot of people who are taking photos and videos. So we stopped here because it's story time. He's telling the history of Machu Picchu and the Incas who used to live here. Incas were also the one who built Machu Picchu. There are still a lot of tourists who are taking photos and who are about to take photos at the edge of this spot. So while waiting, he's still telling the story of Incas and Machu Picchu. And he's not just the tourist guide who's doing that, because all the tourist guides here are all doing the same and they are starting here. And yes, finally, here's the view from the top point of the circuit too. It's almost the same with the one below. And this is also the spot where he took a lot of photos and videos of me. But I love the ones where I'm sitting on the floor rock, like that one. And that spot is just few walks away from the top field. It was just scary because there's no barrier there. So we're now here at the entrance of the Inca Empire. They call this as the lost city of the Incas. So we only took few photos from here because there are a lot of tourists waiting. And we're now inside the Incas Empire. We are now on our way down, walking around the town. And that's where we came from their rice fields down there. And here's the city of the Incas, Machu Picchu. It's located here on a mountain ridge of southern Peru, and it's 7,970 feet above sea level. And I heard from a news that one Philam who hiked here got in coma because of the high altitude, and she just hiked here from Aguas Calientes instead of taking the 15 to 20 minutes bus ride. So maybe her body is not in the condition to hike that time, because Cusco City's elevation is higher than here, which is 11,200 feet above sea level. Unfortunately, her dream to see Machu Picchu turned into a nightmare. So let's get back here. We're now going down, and now we're here at the town square. So this was their temple, so I took few photos from here. There are a lot of tourists and some tour guides are doing storytelling. Now the journey resumes going down, and the one you see on the right side was their university. The tourist guide didn't tell me, I just heard it from one of the tourist guides. By the way, the circuit tourist route is just going up there on the right side after the rice fields. And the route of the circuit one is just down here at the town square, the university, and their residences. So circuit 1 was the shortest route, but you won't be able to see the breathtaking views from above. So circuit 2 is really the best route because you can see everything, the view from above and everything down here. And that's where circuit 1 starts, I believe. So we're still on our way down. We started the trek at 1:40 p.m. and we've ended at 4:10 p.m. So it was a 2.5-hour trekking. So it's just the same with what other travelers are saying online, and it would only take maybe an hour without photos and videos taking and without the storytelling. So yes, I thought the journey is already done with the breathtaking views, but look, there's still one breathtaking view from here. This one is not part of circuit 1 and 3 as well, just for the circuit 2. And I guess that river down there is the one that's in Aguas Calientes. So while doing this vlog, I thought we're already near the exit, but I was wrong because we're still 10 to 15 minutes away from the exit. So conquering Machu Picchu was really an achievement for a non-adventurous person like me. Honestly, after buying the ticket, I regretted it a bit. I was really not planning to go when I heard of the 2 hours to 2 hours and a half of trekking, because I thought the hiking or climbing would be straight 2 hours and a half, and I was about to give up before I reached the top point of the circuit 2. But after having rested from the storytelling and photos and videos taking, I didn't expect that we won't be climbing anymore, because the way to the Incas Empire until the exit are all the way down. I even asked the tourist guide if we can already exit after reaching the top point of the circuit 2, because I've already seen and got what I've needed. I've already took photos and videos of the beautiful sceneries, including the whole Machu Picchu. So I was really good to go, and I don't really want to climb anymore because I'm not really used to it. But I was quite surprised when he told me that we still needed to go to the Incas town, and I see that there's no climbing on the way down there anymore until the exit. So I was really surprised and continued the journey because walking down is way more easier and relaxing than climbing up or hiking. So we're almost at the exit. So I'm really glad that I was able to do this one-time life experience in conquering Machu Picchu. Hiking wasn't really for me. Honestly, my legs and my feet were not really in good condition. Few days until the day before the scheduled trip to Machu Picchu. They got tired and sore from exploring the city of Cusco few days before. So I'm really thankful to God, and I'm really grateful for the strength and the healing that He gave me to witness the breathtaking beauty of Machu Picchu. So we're now in the bus and I've got the front seat again. And look at my black boots. They look better before the trek, but they conquered Machu Picchu with me. So we're now on our way back to Aguas Calientes. Thank you so much for going with me throughout this unforgettable journey. So this vlog and the previous one are just all about Machu Picchu. So I can't wait to show you the vibrant city of Cusco on my next vlog. As I've told you, there's so much more to explore here in Peru, especially in Cusco. So stay tuned for my next adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now and see you on my next vlog.